But the lane keep assist system is completely nuts here, regardless of me setting sensitivity of this system to low, regardless of me even turning it off. But even the loveliest of dealers are not going to point this out to you. He's like, whoa, no, Dimitri, don't go, my dude, don't go. What the hell, Haval? Intelligent lane keep assist systems. I would almost call them too smart for their own good. Are they too much? Are they too invasive? Is it a good thing when the car starts literally wrestling you, almost wrestling you as you're trying to turn, kind of just switch the lanes and stuff like this? This is what I want to talk to you about in this video, my friends. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Dimitri, and this is MG Owners Australia. Yes, still MG Owners Australia. Stick to the end of the video to find out what happens with the channel brand and name going forward. I'm in my HAVAL H6 Lux. I still love the car. Very, very quick check-in with you today on this super duper sunny day. I hope the camera doesn't blind you and I'm not sitting outside because it's way too hot, okay? Lane keep assist systems. I spoke to you about MG Pilot. MG Pilot is something that MG boasts of, that it packs it among the electronic kind of smart lane keep assist systems and other things that help you with driving. It's a driving assist systems, and when I was getting my MG, I was thinking, wow, I get a poor man's Tesla, something that almost autopilots the car. It doesn't, but it still does a pretty good job, and it tries to sometimes very gently, MG I'm talking about, not Haval, MG tries to gently keep you in the lane. I have never, however, felt in my MG HES that I mostly driven, or in MG ZST that is parked right outside there behind this car that my wife still drives, I have never felt that MG cars used to be particularly invasive in terms of almost wrestling. I'm sticking to this term. They never wrestled me back into the lane. Yeah? Now, cutting to the chase, with Haval right now, as I drive this car more, I do feel like it has gone one step further than, say, MG, if we have to compare. And there is a whole bunch of electronics here. There are a whole bunch of very generous, very tweakable, very tunable, different safety systems that you can turn on, turn off, have some preferences, whether you want an audible warnings, whether you want a vibration warnings, and all that kind of stuff. In a second, I'll tell you which ones of them actually work and which ones of them do not appear to work as expected. Separate sub-question almost of this main topic of discussion. But what I would like to focus on is that in HAVAL H6, and it starts getting on my nerves, let's be honest, that's what prompted creation of this video, right? I think that Haval has gone a little too far, and even with very mildly appears to be what would seem to me like mildly tuned assistance systems. I didn't turn all of them off. I didn't. They're there for a reason. It's cool, right? I need some of them. I need, frontal monitoring. I need rear monitoring. I love this wonderful, very high quality camera, But the lane keep assist system is completely nuts here. It's completely nuts, all right? And is this the quirk of the car? Like when we get vehicles, right? Any vehicle, Tesla, I'm not talking about this price range even. Any vehicle has its own quirks. That's okay. And we have to get used to those quirks. Some cars have a particular transmission. Some cars have particularly invasive dings and bongs and sound effects. Some cars do this and that, okay? Some cars have very rigid suspension. You know what I'm talking about. Appears to me that my lovely HAVAL H6, which I still enjoy quite a lot, its quirk are these slightly insistent and rather invasive electronics that are keeping you in the lane, regardless of me setting sensitivity of this system to low, regardless of me even turning it off, turning off lane keep assist, turning off emergency assistance system. Turns out, my friends, that while you can turn off what appears to be a lane keep assist system there in the menu, the emergency lane keeping system even if you turn it off in this menu, it still comes back on next time the car turns on. So some of these settings get saved in the electronic bowels of this car. Lovely, wonderful. At first when I saw it all tweakable and turnable off, I was like, yes, I don't mind it, that's great. But when I saw this stuff kick back in as soon as I stopped the car, then drove off again, and boom, there it was again. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Surely you don't expect me to turn it off every single time if I legit find it annoying. I'm a pretty damn good driver. If I go slightly closer to the divider of the lane, I'm still not crossing the lane, but maybe I'm going off a pothole, over a pothole. Maybe I'm trying to avoid something else on the road. We do that all the time. I don't want you dinging and bonging and trying to wrestle me back into the middle of the lane, because that's what this car does. I swear, there is a palpable force that you can feel on the steering wheel that steers you back into the lane. Now, let me qualify this further for you, my friend, so that you understand exactly what you're dealing with. Because during your test drive, I guarantee that even the loveliest of dealers, I don't blame dealers here, let's be clear, but even the loveliest of dealers are not going to point this out to you. And during your nice and easy test drive, I guarantee you will not experience this. So this is hopefully going to help someone, okay? Even when it's not an emergency situation, it's not like I'm losing control of my vehicle. I am completely legit driving like a normal person who is not picking up his phone during the drive. My eyes are here, I'm driving, right? I'm also not one of those bogans who do not indicate when they change the lanes. I freaking hate it. I freaking hate it, my fellow Australians. Love you very much. Goodbye. Like, indicate when you change the lanes, but that's a separate rant, okay? So in this case, let's look at it from car electronics perspective. The car knows that I'm driving steadily in the lane. The car presumably monitors the lanes ahead, because it does. I know it does. The car knows that there are multiple lanes, yeah? The car knows that there is probably another lane turning off that is a slip sort of side thing that I need to merge to in order to then turn into my street, yeah? Everything is legit, everything is good. I indicate, I even tell the car, hey, dear car, I'm about to turn. Every condition imaginable tells the car that things are under control, the driver is in control, the hands are on the steering wheel, the indicator is flashing. And it's still, like, as soon as I start approaching the divider line to start switching the lanes and merging to turn, he's like, whoa, no, Dimitri, don't go, my dude, don't go. What the hell, Haval? What the hell, GWM? What is this car doing? Look, I'm sounding very flared up simply because I wound myself up through this conversation, but I'm actually not angry, and I'm not that horribly disappointed. I'm not. Let's be clear. I'm not. But is it annoying? Is it necessary? Especially considering that we have all this beautiful menu, all this stuff here that allows me to turn it off and allows me to say sensitivity low, vibration only. No. It's gonna wrestle me like a professional wrestler, like I have to go against the force. And it also, there is no vibration. First of all, there is no vibration. I don't know what this freaking menu says. I don't care what it says, because I've tested it. I'm saving you the time. I've tested it. And instead of vibration, it always bongs. Bong! Bong! No! Stay in the lane, Dimitri. No! Bong! Frustrating. A little frustrating, I admit to this, because... And you know why frustrating? You know why particularly frustrating? I will tell you why. Because like I said, I know that cars have their quirks. But when you love everything about it, and you rave to your audience about it, and you say, you know what, for 37 grand, this is exactly what I needed to buy in the first place. It's fantastic, right? And then you discover this annoying, lingering thing that thinks it knows better than you. And it won't go away, regardless of you changing it, turning it on, turning it off, pressing all these freaking buttons, right? They are there. If they were not there, I'd say, well, come on, let us turn it off. I can. Apparently I can, except it doesn't work. It won't turn off. It won't turn off, it will come back on, and it will tell you that kind of stuff, right? Two more things, my friends. So one on top of this, let's continue talking about this, and this is where I welcome opinions, especially if you have similar cars, maybe it's not even Haval. I heard from someone who drives a Porsche Cayenne, okay? That was during one resale of the cars. That was not on my channel, but it was a relatively recent conversation with someone who bought a car from me, second car for himself, for his family, right? He said to me, oh, mate, I love your Jeep Wrangler. He was buying a Jeep Wrangler from me. Lovely, lovely family, lovely person. And he said, I love this Jeep Wrangler because everything is so honest and basic. There is no electronics, basically. He says, when I drive or my wife drives this Cayenne, it always wrestles me. That's where I was like, oh, well, back then, it was like a year ago, right, this conversation. And back then I was like, what's he talking about? Now I know what he was talking about. This is the first Chinese car. Well, again, I'm saying Chinese because that's what it is. But as a matter of fact, I think that this is not a quirk of a Chinese car. A dude was telling me about Porsche Cayenne wrestling him into the lane. I didn't know what he's talking about, but now I think I do. Which is why I'm telling you that this is where I very, very much welcome right now someone to talk to me in the comments down below who perhaps A, has seen a similar behavior from Haval vehicles. B, someone who has seen similar behavior from other vehicles. Tell me, is it normal? Am I supposed to pipe down? I will. But is this normal? Because unsurprisingly, it concerns me a little bit. Like, why does it concern me? Other than just safety in the moment, because I think that so much effort should be enough for me to quickly make a turn. And car makes a resistance, hence the turn doesn't happen as easily as I expected it to, and who knows what kind of consequences it leads to. I do not want to exaggerate, I'm not a maximalist, I discourage maximalism in this case. I don't want to go from one extreme to another, in other words. Second question, because it's an electrically assisted driving, clearly, right? When the car tries to resist me, to keep me in the lane, and I go against the electric motor force that the car puts against me, and I overpower it, doesn't it mean that I'm breaking something? Or doesn't it mean that it's not good for the car? Well, I'm not even saying for me, but isn't it clearly not very good for the car in the long run? Tell me what are your observations? I specifically would like to isolate for you what I'd like feedback on. If you experienced your car doing the same and you can't do anything, you just basically wrestle against it over time, yeah? If you had the car for a long time, or longer than I have, certainly, like, 3 years plus, let's say, is everything still okay? Or have you noticed some issues with steering, maybe some issues came up in the service and stuff, and you think, now, especially with this context provided, maybe you think it can be attributed to the fact that you wrestle your car, just like I wrestle my car right now, just to turn when I want to freaking turn. So that's the main kind of question that I'd like to raise, and that's the main insight that I wanted to provide for you today, to show to you how, I know I'm not driving right now, but I think I'm being descriptive enough for you to understand what I'm talking about. It's much easier for me to record this video when I'm not driving and to show to you the settings here and everything else. Talk to me in the comments down below. Does any of what I just said to you resonate? Does any of what I just said to you concern you? Have you seen similar behaviors even in other brands of the cars? I would love to hear from you and understand, is it a point of concern? Or is it, you just have to live with it, it's normal, nothing is going to happen to the car, yeah, it wrestles you a little bit, just ignore it. Just tell me, I need to know this. And hopefully some of you found this helpful. If, let's just, final thing for today, right? If somebody said to me right now, okay, Dimitri, so now that you know that the car does it, if you knew it up front, would you have still bought it for $37,000 and still thought that all of this glory is worth its money and is a great car for this price range? Yes, I would have still bought it. Is this annoying? Yes, it's annoying, and I'm just being honest with you, as always I have been, right? It's annoying. But is it as annoying and invasive as the horrible dual clutch transmission of MGHS was? No. Is it as annoying or useless as basically non-existent infotainment system waste of space of LDVD90 was? No. And I could keep going, but I'm not gonna, because you know where I'm going with this. That's all I have to say to you today about the topic of the video. And if you are one of my subscribers and you hung around until now or fast forwarded, let's now talk specifically about MG Owners Australia channel that you have been very nicely supporting by viewing my videos, liking them hopefully from time to time, because YouTube algorithm is a very simple thing. If you like it, if you subscribe to my channel, rather than just randomly occasionally come back, yeah, why not subscribe? Why not give me a like? If that happens, if that behavior happens, YouTube shows the video to more people. So please, if you want to help me out, do that. Talk to me in the comments down below as well. That's always nice to just connect as a little club of budget car owners, let's say, not just MG car owners, and all of that. Now, I have posted a poll not very long ago asking you, my friends, whether or not you think it would be fair or necessary for me to rebrand the channel from MG Owners Australia to something else. I thought of something more generic, like Dimitri's Cars. Something basic, like that, right? Because, why? Because I changed many cars and I'm not driving an MG anymore. But we still have MG in the family. We still have MG in the family. Look, my decision here, and I appreciate all of you who have either liked the post to make sure other people see it, or actually bothered to comment on the post. Thank you very much. You know who you are. I decided not to rebrand the channel for now because, first of all, MG Owners Australia makes it unique, and this is how this channel has been born, and that was part of its inception, part of its spirit, and it's only fair to keep it that way for now. Second, we still have an MG ZST in the family, and I still occasionally, rather regularly, check in with you on how it's going, how my wife is liking it, how we're liking it after 1 year of use, and other kind of stuff. Which is why naming this MG Owners Australia and keeping the brand of MG Owners Australia is not off-brand completely, even though the main driver, the main person who talks to you, drives a HAVAL. So this is as far as the update on the channel is concerned. Thank you very much for sitting through the whole video. You're wonderful if you did that. And I'll talk to you about something else HAVAL related. I know I received also a lot of questions about transmission, fuel efficiency, other kind of things of this car. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it in the next video. Bye for now.